going to go ahead and call us to order and declare that we have a quorum of 5 members present. Welcome to this meeting of the College Station Independent School Board of Trustees. We were elected at large to represent the interest of our community and our state in educating our students. Our mission for our students in this district is success each life, each day, each hour. We adhere to all pertinent laws, policies, and procedures in posting agendas and conducting our meetings. The detailed agenda information was made available to us at least 72 hours in advance, and we have all come to this meeting informed and prepared. We have just completed a workshop meeting where we heard reports and discussed much of the information needed to make decisions in either this meeting or in upcoming meetings. This is a meeting of the 7 trustees in a public setting rather than a public meeting. As such, the public comment is included on the agenda at a specific time and requires us to listen rather than take action so as to abide by the Open Meetings Act. We are pleased that you have taken time this evening to join us. We are very proud of this school district and we thank you for your interest in and support of our students. Dr. Ely.
Thank you, Mr. Harris. Members of the board, we'll begin this board meeting as we typically do with pledges of allegiance to the American flag, the Texas flag, and a moment of silence. We're very excited this evening to have members of our extended school year program to come up and lead us, and I'd like to invite Robin Miller and Devin Henry to come up and introduce their students. Ladies and young men.
B-A-L-L-O-N. You say, my name is Grant. My name is Grant. My name is Grant. B-A-L-L-A-V-I.
Thank you, Grant. Grant is very good at video games, and he especially likes, I just forgot which one. Oh, Lego movie video games.
My name is Colin. I'm moving forward from College Hills to Cypress Grove.
And what are you really good at?
Minecraft PC and Xbox.
And this is?
Jack.
What's your last name?
My last name is Jack Bao.
And where do you go to school?
At 6th grade. At Cypress Grove.
And Jack is very good at puzzles and loves to do puzzles. Okay, are y'all ready? Please join us as we say the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.
And now for a moment of silence. Thank you.
Yeah, can y'all take a picture?
Absolutely.
With the board right here?
Jack, can I get your picture taken? Right over here.
Do you like high fives?
Hey, Grant.
Good job. Good job, guys. Good job. Do you like high fives? Cookies. Here, let's try to take a picture. There you go. Plant your feet. Good. Put your hands by your side. You ready to look in now? Back down. Hands up. Hi, guys. Hi. 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 You're gonna stand and hi. Hi.
Good job, guys. Thank you guys so much. Great work. Thank you, gentlemen, so much. Mr. President, that we have no more recognitions.
As everyone's finding their way, I'll point out the artwork on the back wall there. It's been provided by some of the extended school year program students. So take a moment to look at that on your way out, or if you're sitting close to it, you can do it now. That takes us to the consent agenda, which is item E2, E3, G, H2, and H3, I2, J, 1 through 9. Does anyone want to pull any of the consent agenda items for discussion?
Mr. Harris, it looks like a pretty short board meeting, and there are 15 items on the consent agenda, so I'm tempted just to go ahead and pull all of those into the regular board meeting, but just this once in sake of time, I think we'll leave them where they are. So I would move to approve our consent agenda as presented.
I second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second.
Martindale.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed. Motion carries 5-0. Okay, that takes us to item E1, board reports and announcements. Does anyone have a report or announcement for the benefit of the group?
DEIC actually came together to meet in July, so credit to the individuals that took time off for their summer to come back in and help DEIC really finalize some things that needed to happen before we moved into the next school year, but all went swimmingly. So,
Great, thank you. Any other reports? Okay, that takes us to the superintendent report. Dr. Ely.
Thank you, Mr. Harris, and members of the board. Gosh, it's middle of July now. It's time to start thinking about the next school year, and a lot of stuff is getting ready to happen. The first upcoming event I'd like to mention to everybody is Monday, the 22nd. So next Monday will be the first time for folks to file to run for school board. So those in the community who are interested and eligible to run for school board, the first time to be able to file will be Monday morning, July the 22nd. As we start rounding into August, all of our 187-day employees, our teachers and paraprofessionals who are on 187-day contracts will be back on August the 8th, and that is also the morning that we have our kickoff. Kickoff 2019 will be held that morning, August the 8th at 8:30 at Central Baptist Church, which has become our tradition. So please make sure, members of the board, that you have that on your calendar. For that morning. We've got a great morning planned and look forward to really kicking off the school year for the 1920 school year. And then 1 week later, we'll be starting this school year. It's a little earlier again, and it'll be Thursday, August the 15th. We'll be having our first day of classes. So it gets a little lonely in here during the summer, so we love it when our teachers and paraprofessionals come back, and then we love it even much more when we welcome back more than 13,000 kiddos who will be coming to join us on the 15th. So those are some of our upcoming events, and I hope that our folks are enjoying still have a little bit of summer left. I hope members of the board, our community members, and our employees are enjoying the rest of their summer, and look forward to really getting things kicked off here in just a few weeks. That's my report.
Great, thank you. That takes us to item F, hearing of citizens. Do we have any cards? Okay, that takes us to item H1, consider approval of a memorandum of understanding with Blinn College to address requirements of House Bill 5. Dr. Ely.
Mr. President, members of the board, we have before you, for your approval this evening, a memorandum of understanding with Blinn College to address requirements of House Bill 5 from the 2013 legislative session in regards to remedial courses for students who have not met certain requirements on state mandated assessments. With more information about that and what you would be considering this evening is Dr. Penny Trammell, our Chief Academic Officer. Dr. Trammell.
Thank you. As you may know, back in 2000, yeah, it's on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
back in 2013, universities were charging students for prep courses when they entered college and they weren't deemed college ready. And so parents were paying for these remedial courses in reading and math for their students as they entered college, and they didn't really receive credit for these courses. These courses were just to prepare them for their college career, so to speak. So as a result of the 83rd legislative session, the Texas Education Code 28.014 came into being, and this code really requires each school district to partner with at least one institution of higher education to offer college preparatory courses for free for students prior to high school graduation. So that is why we are requesting to enter into this MOU with Blinn College. What this would entail would be we would use the curriculum from Blinn. The teacher of record for the course would be one of our teachers, and then the final exam would be from Blinn, and our teachers would proctor that. We have met with the high school principals, Ms. Hester and I, and the course would be offered during an advisory time, so it really wouldn't interfere with a student's schedule. And they would complete the course and then in a semester and then take the exam to determine whether or not they were college ready in reading or math. The principals don't feel like it would involve many students, maybe around 25, give or take. And they feel like, this could be effective. They're doing some really great things already, but this is just an additional thing that we would offer. Each campus is writing this program into written guidelines so that parents are aware of this program as well as students, so that they understand that their kids can take advantage of these preparatory courses for free while they're still in high school. So with that, we come to you tonight to ask you to approve an MOU for these courses with between College Station ISD and Blinn College. Or Blinn, yeah. Sorry. Yes, Blinn College. Are there any questions or
Thank you.
comments?
Any questions, comments? Motion?
I would move approval of the MOU as presented.
And I will second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Takes us to I-1, consider approval of new administrator contracts as recommended by the superintendent of schools. Dr. Ely.
Thank you, Mr. Harris, members of the board. We have 4 recommendations for your consideration this evening. I'm going to go perhaps a little bit out of order in the recommendations as I talk about them. Bobby Rodriguez is being recommended to join the curriculum instruction team as a coordinator of social studies. Mrs. Rodriguez has served as at A&M Consolidated High School as a social studies teacher since 2010. In addition to teaching U.S. history, U.S. government economics, and other social studies subjects, Bobby has served as an instructional coach, head of the UIL academics team for Consol. She's also worked with the AP in standard setting, and so she's a rich background in social studies. And it would be my recommendation to name Bobby Rodriguez as a coordinator of social studies. Bobby is not with us this evening. Wait, Bobby's here? Oh, thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Hi, Mrs. Rodriguez. Stand and wave to the board. I was doing all the people there. Okay, thank you. All right. My next recommendation would be for Brittany Kane. Brittany is currently a science teacher at College Station Middle School. She would be moving to Pecan Trail and serving as assistant principal there. She's been a science teacher at College Station Middle School since 2010 and has done an outstanding job there. Brittany has an excused absence from tonight's meeting, and so she was not able to join us this evening. And so Brittany would be, as I said, replacing Alejandra Rice as assistant principal at Pecan Trail. And Scott, Ann, would you stand and wave to everybody? Ann is my recommendation to replace Andy Marcus as assistant principal at A&M Consolidated High School. Ann joins us from Rudder High School, where she's been an assistant principal for the past 3 years. Prior to being at Rudder, she was at Round Rock ISD as an instructional coach at Stony Point High School, and before that at Round Rock High School, go Dragons, and serving as a number of roles there. So welcome, Ann, to A&M Consolidated High School and College Station ISD. And finally, Eric Eakes. Eric, would you please stand and be recognized? Eric is my recommendation to become the district's first director of fine arts. Eric joined us in 2012 when he became the very first head band director at College Station High School in 2012. And so I appreciate Eric and his work. He comes from the San Antonio area where he has a number of experiences there as well, and look forward to what Eric's going to do for fine arts for College Station ISD, not just band, but orchestra, theater, and everything that we have to bring some real direction to that program. So, Mr. President, members of the board, these are my 4 recommendations for administrative positions at College Station ISD. I wholeheartedly recommend them and love to answer any questions that you may have.
Great. Thank you for that. I'm excited. I tell you that we did that. One of the questions we asked when we were talking, I guess it was it last meeting, about tentative approval for some of the positions, and we asked about quality of candidates. Would you be in a bind? Well, you answered that loud and clear, so thank you, and thank you all. I can't tell you how impressed I was with the resumes and what you all have accomplished. Does anyone have questions, comments?
I make the motion that we approve the 4 administrative contracts as recommended by the superintendent of schools.
I second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries 5-0. So congratulations to everyone and welcome to CSISD. That takes us to L1. The board will meet in executive session to discuss the superintendent contract. The executive session deliberations will be held pursuant to the personnel matters closed meeting exception to the Texas Open Meeting Act as set forth in section 551.074 of the Texas Government Code. After we meet in executive session, if we determine that any action is necessary, we will return and have item M1 in open session. So I guess with that, we will retire to executive session. Okay, we are back into open session. That takes us to item M1, consideration, discussion, and possible action related to the superintendent contract.
I move to approve the superintendent contract as presented.
I second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Well, I
just
have-
want to
I have
say-
a little discussion before you say it. You better hold off. You don't know what I'm going to say.
Indeed.
Well, I think the amount of time we spent deliberating on this kind of is indicative of the job we think you've done. So I just want to say thank you for the work you do on behalf of our students and our community as a whole. So thank you.
I'd just like to say that what an honor it is to work and serve with you and to work with you month in and month out for the betterment of students and families in College Station ISD. It's my honor to be able to serve you in this capacity, and I look forward to doing it for many years in the future. And appreciate your support.
Absolutely. Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries 5-0. And with that, we are adjourned.